Carry.
So right now you will go to Orbital Space Station Hope in chapter 1 of your journey.
Your journey begins in a very special place and time, Hamad bin Rashid Spaceport, February 2071. The launch is about to start. Follow me.
Thank you everyone. So right now we will come over to our Falcon Space Shuttle. Welcome everyone. This side.
Pioneers, kindly take a few steps forward to accommodate every other pioneer. Please take a few steps forward, please. My name is Dina and I will be your co-pilot for today. We're expecting a very smooth journey, so please enjoy the views from all the windows around. Please enjoy your journey.
acceleration and standing the center.
Welcome everyone. You are now standing on the deck of Space Station Home, 600 kilometers above Earth. Let's get to know the neighborhood. Follow me.
Everyone, we can follow Aya. Here we are standing around this structure. This is a 3D model of our current spaceship orbit of Space Station Hope. Shortly, Aya will be giving us a brief orientation of the screen. She will be explaining the main reason why our space station was built. It will be 4 minutes long, half in English and Arabic.
محطة الفضاء المدارية أمامي. واحد شمسية تدور حول القمر شعاع ليزري فيها شبكة من الألواح العالية. The heart of this system is the lunar photovoltaic belt. لإنتاج معظم الطاقة التي تحتاج إليها command station for the entire Sol project.
3,000 active pioneers who are working on board, and we want to increase this number to 400,000. But yet we are
entering the station on your left, that we call the Earth Overview. This is providing you with live feed when it comes to climatic changes, all the states of our missions and projects in the form of a public notification. Some of them is positive, unfortunately sensitive. Shifting your attention for now to the middle structure here. Through your eyes in the entrance, you might get around this beautiful mechanical view of our solar system with the sun in the center, 8 different planets surrounding it. Of course, the Earth is the sols that fall in for the space and the researches. It's actually dropped in one of the NASA challenges that happened in 1986. And on stars, I find the correct direction of the print in the middle. You'll find the Sol projects. It's more introductory table providing with more detail. Planets are equipment center. Please can you rest plans to choose among the 6 positions.
All the doors will open behind you and you will fall from space, okay? Maximum speed back to Earth pioneers. All right, masalama.
participants, please kindly gather around the screen.
Pioneers, look for pioneers in the library. So pioneers are here with the presentation of how to do Thank you so much.
Welcome pioneers, welcome to our virtual lab. Please wait for the lights on the podium to turn white in color. If the lights are pink, you cannot scan your wristband. So when it's white, you can go ahead and scan your wristband and then watch the screen in front of you to monitor the outcome of your sign the name or the description of your experiment written on the floor. So a successful experiment will remain nice and bright and colorful, which means the speed. Slide is just dry. Please wait for the lights on the podiums to turn white before
We grow organized genetically modified species. Species which have been designed and developed by our scientists here at the Field Research Institute. These species are being grown and introduced locally. Again, this is our nursery, the place where we grow our new genetically modified species. Inside these incubators, these seed pods that you see, and once they reach maturity, they are taken out of the incubators and introduced. These species are grown inside these incubators, these seed pods, and when they reach maturity, they habitats around the globe. Everyone who's joining us, welcome to the observatory. The observatory is a space certo do grupo entra outro grupo, também, você tem que ser.
It is a place where you are invited عقلا وجسدا وروحا. You are invited.
Together? Okay, you can sit, you can share. Okay, you can sit with Dad. Fica calmo.
forward to the Museum of the Future. Do you have any question for me? I hope to see you soon. Enjoy the Museum of the Future. Unfortunately not. At the moment, I'm only praying to see you soon. Enjoy the Museum of the Future. Salam alaikum. Welcome to the Museum of the Future.
How are you?
Hello, human. Salam alaikum. Welcome to the Museum of the Future.
Non fare baci.
Da, torniamo.
Però
Eu peço mais batata frita 17. Vou sentar aqui.
Você vai comer o que ali?
Ali desse aqui.
Vê se mais tem. Chow.